The Vizier's Burden, A Tale of Thutmose III's Court. Introduction. In the golden age of Egypt's new kingdom, beneath the blazing sun of Thebes in 1450 BCE, the mighty pharaoh Thutmose III, known as the Warrior King, ruled over a land of unparalleled wealth and power. At his side stood Ptahhotep, a vizier whose wisdom and cunning shaped the destiny of the two lands. This is the story of Ptahhotep and his rival, Senenmut, a scribe-turned-advisor whose ambition threatened to unravel the delicate balance of the court. Their lives, woven into the fabric of Egypt's grandeur, reveal a world of devotion, betrayal, and the eternal struggle for ma'at, order, and justice. Lifestyle. Ptahhotep's days began before dawn in his Theban villa, a sprawling estate adorned with lotus columns and vibrant frescoes depicting the gods. He awoke to the scent of myrrh and the soft chants of priests offering to Amun-Ra. His wife Meret oversaw a household bustling with servants who prepared meals of barley bread, roasted fowl, and honey-sweetened figs. Ptahhotep dressed in fine linen, his broad collar necklace gleaming with lapis lazuli, a symbol of his status. His counterpart Senenmut lived more modestly but with calculated ostentation, favoring imported cedar furniture to signal his growing influence. Both men navigated a society bound by hierarchy, where nobles dined on delicacies while farmers toiled along the Nile's fertile banks, their lives tied to the river's annual flood. The court of Thutmose III was a microcosm of Egyptian life, where every gesture carried meaning. Courtiers adorned themselves with amulets of Horus and Anubis, believing these charms warded off chaos. Banquets featured harpists and dancers, their movements mimicking the myths of Osiris and Isis. Yet beneath this opulence lay tension. Ptahhotep's loyalty to the pharaoh clashed with Senenmut's hunger for power, a rivalry that played out in whispered councils and grand ceremonies. Organization. Egypt's administration was a marvel of precision, and Ptahhotep, as vizier, was its linchpin. He oversaw tax collection, judged disputes, and managed the construction of temples dedicated to Amun-Ra. His mornings were spent in the House of Life, a scriptorium where scribes recorded decrees on papyrus. Senenmut, once a scribe himself, now advised on military campaigns, leveraging his knowledge of Nubia and the Levant to curry favor with Thutmose. The pharaoh's court was a complex machine. Priests maintained divine order, generals planned conquests, and artisans crafted treasures for the afterlife. Yet the era was not without turmoil. The worst events included famines caused by unpredictable Nile floods and rebellions in vassal states like Canaan, which tested Egypt's might. Religious practices were the heartbeat of this society. Ptahhotep participated in daily offerings at the Temple of Karnak, where priests burned incense and chanted hymns to appease the gods. Senenmut, more pragmatic, used his piety as a tool, commissioning statues of himself as a devotee to gain favor. The people believed in the afterlife, meticulously preparing for their journey to the field of reeds. Mummification, reserved for the elite, was a sacred art, while commoners relied on simple burials with amulets for protection. Festivals like the Opet united the people, with processions carrying Amun's statue through Thebes, reinforcing the pharaoh's divine mandate. Livelihood. Ptahhotep's wealth came from his estates and royal rewards, including gold from Nubian mines. His role demanded constant travel, inspecting granaries in the delta, overseeing quarry work in Aswan, or negotiating with Hittite envoys. Senenmut, meanwhile, amassed wealth through trade connections, dealing in frankincense and cedar from Punt and Byblos. The broader population lived varied lives. Farmers sowed emmer wheat, artisans carved obelisks, and soldiers trained for campaigns in Syria. Trade flourished, with ships carrying ebony, ivory, and turquoise across the Red Sea. Yet, inequality was stark. While elites feasted, laborers subsisted on bread and beer, their lives bound to the whims of the Nile. Warfare defined Thutmose's reign. His campaigns in the Levant, including the Battle of Megiddo, showcased Egypt's military prowess. Ptahhotep coordinated logistics, ensuring chariots and archers were ready, while Senenmut proposed bold strategies, sometimes overstepping his role. Conflicts with the Mitanni and rebellions in Nubia kept the court on edge, with captives brought back as slaves or tributes. These victories strengthened Egypt, but sowed seeds of resentment as vassal states chafed under tribute demands. Customs and traditions. Egyptian customs were steeped in reverence for the gods and the pharaoh, seen as Horus incarnate. Ptahhotep upheld traditions like the Sedfest, celebrating Thutmose's divine strength. Families honored ancestors with offerings at home altars, while the cult of Osiris promised eternal life. Senenmut, ever ambitious, exploited these traditions, commissioning a tomb rivaling nobles to secure his legacy. Superstitions abounded. Amulets protected against the evil eye, and oracles guided decisions. Marriage was a contract, often arranged, yet love poetry from the era revealed deep affection, as seen in Ptahhotep's letters to Meret. The worst events of the era, plagues, droughts, and invasions, were seen as divine displeasure, prompting elaborate rituals to restore Ma'at. Ptahhotep once led a delegation to appease Sekhmet, the goddess of destruction, during a pestilence. These crises shaped a resilient culture where faith and tradition provided solace amid uncertainty. Conclusion. Ptahhotep's life ended in honor, his tomb inscribed with praises for his service to Ma'at. Senenmut's ambition led to his downfall, his name erased from monuments, a fate worse than death in Egypt's eternal memory. Their story teaches us the timeless balance of duty and desire. In a world of divine order and human frailty, Ptahhotep's loyalty to justice prevailed, reminding us that true legacy lies not in power seized, but in harmony fostered. As we drift to sleep, let this story inspire us to seek balance in our own lives, honoring the past while shaping a future of purpose.